Awitain is going to be presenting today. He's a certified orthopedic surgeon, retired, although you wouldn't know it, okay, retired from that profession and on to another. Dr. Awitain has been a professional network marketer for over 20 years, and he is a global ambassador of Shop Free Mart. He has authored ebooks on health and wellness. One of them is 200 diseases, causes of over 200 diseases, and you will hear about that coming from Dr. Awitain as we're going through this today. So with that, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Awitain. Go ahead.
Hello. Thank you, Richard. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
All right. We call you Dr. D. Thank you for that introduction. Afternoon, good evening, good morning, my friends, wherever you are in the world. In a small, remote village in the southern part of the Philippines was born 87 years ago, the only boy out of 9 children, who at 8 years old dreamed to become a doctor. I am grateful that God has blessed me 87 years of my lifetime today. I cannot express it with words what I feel. What I can say is, thank you, Lord, for all the blessings you have given me. And I thank John Austin and Tom Green and all of you, my Shop Free Mart friends, for making my life more meaningful. I know I am blessed, considering that the average longevity of people in the United States is 76 years, and the average longevity of a medical doctor is 58 years. All of you have given me my committed goal in the second stage of my lifetime to do my best to help solve the serious world health crisis that confronts us for over 100 years. The continuous destruction of the lives of people with chronic diseases due to inability of our healthcare industry and conventional medicine to address the primary cause of disease. I strongly believe education of the masses, strong faith, and God's infinite power will eventually solve this problem. Matt 17:20 says, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Then in Matthew 21:20 it says, all things you shall ask in faith believing, you shall receive. But we have to start somewhere, my friends. And starting today, I suggest that we have to work harder to accelerate the movement to share to the world our ebook, www.200diseases, that's 200diseases.com. and the Shop Free Mart story to help solve the serious world health crisis. God has blessed the human body, that enormous capability to heal itself, if we help avoid putting toxins into it, remove toxins from it, and put into it the necessary nutrients, which are minerals, vitamins, essential amino acids, and essential fatty acids that our cells lack and need to begin functioning normally again. I believe that the educated and the enlightened generations with strong faith, belief, and prayers will be granted by God the Almighty to stop allowing the big powers to influence our government and the medical establishment to continue their agenda for big profits that sacrifices the lives of God's children. Before I proceed, let me give you my disclaimer. I do not claim that our 200diseases.com ebook and the Shop Free Mart products will diagnose, treat, or prevent diseases. This information is for educational purposes only. Our products are not approved by the FDA. The listeners are advised to consult their family physicians when starting a new regimen, especially if they are under treatment for high blood pressure and high blood sugar, because the dosages of their medications may have to be reduced as their body returns to homeostasis. Any income that I may mention is not guaranteed. Your income depends on the efforts that you put into your business. That out of the way, let us proceed. Today, I think it is pertinent on my 87th birthday for me to discuss the common problems of aging and what our Shop Free Mart products can do to help them. First, we have the skin problems, wrinkles, age spots. Shop Free Mart products provides nutrients known to increase the flexibility and elasticity of the skin, leaving you looking years younger, and you may see a change in your skin within 60 to 90 days. Hydration drops hydrates your body and prevents wrinkles. Pure gold concentrate. NASA scientists have said that gold mineral in the body helps repair the codons in the DNA of all of our cells, including bone, cartilage, muscles, skin, organs, brain, and nerves. I cannot support this other than I have had scars go away after using Shop Free Mart Pure Gold. DNA contains the blueprint for the entire organ, which means if DNA can be repaired, organs can be replaced over time as long as there is one living cell within the organ. This means that gold could be considered reverse aging in addition to being anti-aging. Antioxidants, Siaga, and free radical theory. The free radical theory. The most widely accepted idea for life extension is the free radical theory. According to this theory, we begin to self-destruct as we age. Our DNA becomes damaged beyond our body's ability to repair, and we eventually accumulate enough damage that cannot support life, and we die. The main agents of this destruction are oxygen-free radicals, aggressive chemical compounds in the environment, as well as those created as a byproduct of your natural metabolism. Over a lifetime, there is progressive damage that accumulates to the point where your body's basic biochemical processes fail. One of the most destructive processes is protein carbonylation, in which oxygen radicals attack the carbon-hydrogen bonds in proteins. This process has been implicated as a cause for many age-related diseases, such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's disease, chronic renal failure, adult-onset diabetes, and also cancer. Antioxidants continually combat free radicals, and without a good supply of best antioxidants, your biological defense systems eventually begin to suffer from oxidative damage and cannot function as effectively. Your state of health declines as a result, and age-related ailments set in. Siaga, Siaga is antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and anti-aging. The minerals in Siaga may play an active role in lengthening telomeres, production of stem cells, human growth hormone, dehydroepiandrosterone or DHEA, superoxide dismutase, endorphins, and glutathione, which in turn supports a strong immune system and disease prevention. Siaga is also known for its antiviral benefits and the ability to support a strong immune system, which is important for preventing and fighting viral infections. The nutrients found in Siaga also helps protect you from the free radicals that destroy cells and cause the body to age, which is why they are such an important part of your daily health regimen. Siaga supports beautiful skin and can help reverse signs of aging and wrinkling of the skin by increasing superoxide dismutase or SOD activity for DNA repair. Siaga also helps eliminate other pathogens which are known to cause premature aging. Regular use of Siaga can also strengthen the immune system, helping to ward off disease-causing microorganisms. Now, age spots. Age spots develop when the liver doesn't produce enough enzymes to clean out the toxins that are circulating through the bloodstream. Certain toxins can be deposited in the fats underneath your skin, creating an age spot, usually a permanent effect like a tattoo. Taking Shop Fremart Pure Silver and drinking Shop Fremart Hydration Water Mixture on a regular basis supports getting the liver working properly again and getting the proper production of enzymes at the same time. Rubbing Pure Silver and Shop Fremart Hydration Water Concentrate on the edge spot can help excrete that which has been stored under the skin. For the best benefit, apply silver topically 4 or more times daily and take 1 to 2 droppers of Shop Fremart Pure Silver 3 times daily. Pure Copper and Siaga have antioxidant properties and nutrients that are known to support the liver function and help remove toxins that cause age spots and slow down the aging process. You have to also look at the liver cleanse at our ebook. Age spots can also be an indication of lacking the mineral selenium. The next problem of aging is loss of memory. Alzheimer's dementia is a loss of brain function that occurs with certain diseases. It affects memory, thinking, language, judgment, and behavior. Alzheimer's disease, or AD, is one form of dementia that gradually gets worse over time. There is a few things that people do that cause memory loss that they do not even know. One is drinking tap water, which has chemicals like chlorine and fluoride, heavy metals like aluminum and mercury, using toothpaste with fluoride, dental treatments with fluoride, and taking statin drugs prescribed by your doctors. One researcher says that Alzheimer's disease is a doctor-caused disease. Alzheimer's disease is caused by a mineral deficiency and toxic overload in the brain, especially heavy metals like aluminum and mercury. Toxins are acidic, which provide a fertile medium for the rapid growth of yeast colonies. Yeast can also cause fruits and sugars to ferment in the intestines, creating a neurotoxin and low-dose alcohol toxicity, which both affect normal brain function. Yeast can also move from the intestines and go directly into the brain. This can explain much of the mental fog and the mental exhaustion. By cleansing yeast out of the system, most Alzheimer's patients can control some of their symptoms. A systemic infection of yeast or candida is always due to leaky gut syndrome. There is nothing else that comes close to fixing problems with the gut like Shop Fremart Immunize and Shop Fremart Activate. Shop Fremart Siaga is also a great companion to these two products, not only for healing the gut, but also for strengthening the immune system. Immunize seals up the tiny perforations in the gut that allow candida to migrate from the colon into the bloodstream without stopping the source of the problem. Any other remedies are only a band-aid to the problem. Second line of defense is Shop Fremart Activate. Activate is one of the best things you can take to wipe out candida. Many people have successfully killed the yeast and fungus that are causing pain throughout the body by taking 1 to 2 droppers of Shop Fremart Pure Silver 3 times daily. Pure Silver concentrate can also be diluted using purified water to inject into the rectum or vagina using a syringe or a douche bottle. Use 1 to 3 droppers of Shop Fremart Pure Silver, depending upon the severity of infection, to each ounce of water before injecting. When large members of yeast colonies are killed rapidly, the cleanse may be accompanied by 1 to 3 weeks of flu-like symptoms until the dead yeast is washed out of the body. This is known as the Herxheimer reaction. Due to rapid destruction of toxins, you can read the details of this at our ebook, www.200diseases.com. Drinking plenty of purified waters with Shop Fremart hydration drops added to it can help remove toxins that are being released as a result of any kind of detoxification program. Acidophilus supports a healthy intestinal flora, which is an important part of the body's defense against the overgrowth of yeast and fungus. Shop Fremart Pure Copper, Siaga, Decalboron have antifungal properties, which in turn helps control the growth of yeast. Shop Fremart Hydration Water, Immunize, and Pure Mag Concentrate support proper pH by neutralizing acid in the body and should be a daily regimen for anyone suffering from pain. A major cause of dementia may be from fluoride poisoning due to drinking fluoridated water and using fluoride toothpaste and dental treatments. You have to read fluoride details at our ebook. Fluoride makes holes in the brain, similar to Swiss cheese, and should be avoided at all costs, and more especially from anyone who is losing brain function. Shop Fremart Decalboron should be used to help pull existing fluoride out of the body, as the mineral boron is known to remove fluoride deposits, and the Decal is the boron supplement that I use and recommend. Decal is also antifungal, which may provide additional benefits for anyone suffering from dementia. Siaga also has antifungal properties and the ability to help support proper pH of the body, a healthy balance of good bacteria and intestinal flora, all of which are major factors in preventing the onslaught of yeast and fungus. One causative factor may be protein carbonylation, in which oxygen radicals attack the carbon-hydrogen bonds in the proteins. This process has been implicated as a cause for many age-related diseases such as Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, chronic renal failure, adult-onset diabetes, and also cancer. Shop Fremart Hydration Water can help remove excess protein from the body and thus take a huge load off the kidneys. Antioxidants continually combat free radicals, and without a good supply of the best antioxidants, your biological defense systems eventually begin to suffer from oxidative damage and cannot function as effectively. Your state of health declines as a result, and age-related ailments like Alzheimer's sit in. Siaga helps the body produce considerable amounts of glutathione, which is the most powerful antioxidant known to man, which may neutralize oxygen radicals before they can attack the carbon-hydrogen bonds in proteins, which is one of the causes of Alzheimer's disease. Siaga is antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and anti-aging. The minerals in Siaga play an active role in the production of stem cells, human growth hormone, endorphins, superoxide dismutase, and glutathione, all of which may have a beneficial effect in Alzheimer's disease patients. Shop Fremart Pure Copper and Pure Gold may help eliminate toxins and heavy metals like aluminum and mercury, which may be disrupting nerve communication. Scientists have found that information-carrying radio waves transmitted by cell phones and other wireless devices can also trigger Alzheimer's disease. The Shop Fremart anti-radiation stickers and nanocards have been demonstrated to modulate the effects of this radiation. In 2017, the BioInvented Working Group released a 650-page report citing more than 2,000 studies that detail the toxic effects of EMFs from all sources. Chronic exposure to even low-level radiation like that from the cell phones can cause a variety of cancers, impair immunity, and contribute to Alzheimer's disease and dementia, heart disease, and many other ailments. You have to see EMF in our ebook. More than a century after Thomas Edison switched on his first light bulb, the health consequences of that continual overlap are just now beginning to be documented. New scientific evidence is saying that nearly all the 20th century human plagues can be tied to some aspect of our use of electricity, including leukemia in children, brain tumors, melanoma, asthma, cardiovascular disease, immune system dysfunction, hormone disturbance, brittle diabetes, sleep disorders, headaches, Alzheimer's disease, ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Siaga may help remove harmful radiation from the body. Care should be also taken to remove the Alzheimer's disease patient from as many sources of radiation as possible. Shafrimar Pure Gold is known for its ability to help support mental alertness, mental clarity, and memory. I recommend this product for anyone suffering from Alzheimer's disease. Pure circulation. Poor circulation may also be a factor in Alzheimer's disease. Vertebrovascular circulatory disorder occurs when the blood does not properly flow to the back of the brain. Symptoms include having trouble walking or keeping balance, not being able to swallow easily, double vision, headaches, and slurred speech. Shafrimar Pure Copper, Pure Mag, Pure Gold, and Siaga all help to improve circulation, and wearing a nanocard in each shoe often helps with balance and with circulation due to the increased presence of negative ions which they produce. You have to see circulation in our ebook. Aspartame is one of the major causes of Alzheimer's disease and should be avoided at all costs. See aspartame and also see dementia in our ebook. This artificial sweetener, which is contained in over 5,000 sugar-free products, that's 5,000 sugar-free products, are sold under the brand names listed below. I'll mention to you some of these. There are a lot of them. Nutame, NutraSweet, NutriSweet, Aspartame, NutriSweet, Monsanto, Kilco, NutraSweet, Kilco. Yeah, there are some here that are familiar to you. Spoonful, Diet Soda, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Diet Sprite, Pepsi Light, Pepsi Max, Crystal Light, sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, sucralose, many others. Shafrimar, Pure Mag, and Decal, and high doses of vitamin C can help with Alzheimer's, especially if it is a result of calcification in the brain. Pure Gold may also improve brain function as well. So remember, my friends, these products, when you are dealing with memory loss, immunize, seals up the tiny perforations in the gut that allow candida to migrate from the colon into the bloodstream. Activate, kills candida that goes into the bloodstream through leaky gut. Siaga is antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and anti-aging. Siaga play an active role in the production of stem cells, human growth hormone, endorphins, superoxide dismutase, and glutathione, all of which may have a beneficial effect on Alzheimer's patient. It may help also remove radiations, improve circulation. Pure Silver kills bacteria, viruses, yeast, fungus, and molds. Hydration drops removes toxins, neutralize acids, can help remove excess protein from the body, and thus take huge load off the kidneys. Pure Copper, antifungal, eliminate toxins, improve circulation. Decal Boron, antifungal, and removes fluoride from the body. Pure Mag Concentrate, neutralize acid, improve circulation. Pure Gold, eliminate toxins and improve circulation. Now the next problem of aging is hearing problem or tinnitus. Tinnitus is a medical term for ringing in the ears. Some causes of tinnitus are believed to be ear infection, growth in the ear, thyroid malfunction, diabetes, allergies, high blood pressure, and artery disease. There are many factors that may lead to tinnitus, but primarily acid and lack of minerals is the cause. There are 3 tiny bones in the air, mostly known as the hammer, anvil, and the stirrup. These are the smallest bones in the body. And since acid in the body gradually dissolves bone, hearing can be affected by being too acidic. These 3 tiny bones together are called ossicles. The movement of the ossicles may be stiffened by 2 muscles, the stapedius muscle, the smallest skeletal muscle in the body, connects to the stapes and is controlled by the facial nerve. The tensor tympani muscle connects to the base of the malleus and is under control of the trigeminal nerve. These muscles contract in response to loud sounds, thereby reducing the transmission of sound to the inner ear. This is called the acoustic reflex or tympanic reflex. A lack of minerals could cause the muscles which control sounds in the ears to malfunction. Suggestions for people suffering from tinnitus are the following. Avoid loud noises. Use white noise generators. Use earplugs while swimming and taking shower. Stop eating sugar, sweet, and dairy. If tinnitus is caused by bone loss, Shock Primark Pure Mag, Decal, and Vitalize may help to recalcify the bones. I also recommend that you eat raw silver beet or chard in the case of tinnitus. Ordinarily, when sound waves in air strikes liquid, most of the energy is reflected off the surface of the liquid. The middle ear allows the impedance matching of sound traveling in air to acoustic waves traveling in a system of fluids and membranes in the inner ear. Sodium. Sodium is the mineral that regulates the fluids in the body, and lack of sodium could be the cause of tinnitus. In this case, you may need to increase your intake of natural salt, that is Himalayan salt or real salt. Tinnitus is a medical term for ringing of the ears. Some causes of tinnitus are believed to be in ear infection, growth in the ear, thyroid function, diabetes, allergies, high blood pressure, and artery disease. Now, we come to the last common problem of aging. Sexual dysfunction. A more interesting and a disturbing subject for both men and women. Sexual dysfunction. Sexual dysfunction includes desire, arousal, orgasmic and sex pain disorders, meaning dyspareunia and vaginismus. Sexual dysfunction is a nutritional deficiency disease, and Shock Primark, Vitalize, and Decal Boron may provide some of the missing nutrients that causes sexual dysfunction. Gynecologic maladies and cancers, including breast cancer, are also frequent sources of sexual dysfunction, but these two are caused by having too many toxins in the body and not enough minerals and other nutrients. While research suggests that sexual dysfunction is common, 43% of women and 31% of men report some degree of difficulty. It is a topic that many people are hesitant to talk about. Fortunately, most cases of sexual dysfunction are treatable. The Viagra company capitalizes on sexual dysfunction to the tune of billions of dollars annually. However, the Viagra pill is merely a stimulant and has the same effect as whipping a tired horse to get to run faster. Shop Free Mart products helps activate the glands and balance the hormones that govern healthy sexual function. Shop Free Mart products provides nutritional support for sexual inadequacy, normal libido, sex drive, stamina, vitality, energy, oxygen levels, and circulation of blood. Shop Free Mart Vitalize Pure Copper, Pure Gold, and Decal can help with strengthening the reproductive system and restoring fertility. Shop Free Mart Siaga helps eliminate free radicals, toxins, and other pathogens that may be the cause of infertility. Regular use of Shop Free Mart Immunize can also strengthen the immune system, helping to ward off disease-causing organisms. Shop Free Mart Vitalize Decal and Sugar D may help improve and maintain healthy libido. The 22 amino acids found in Shop Free Mart Vitalize are second to none in helping the body to heal and maintain its health and youthfulness. Now, erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction, or ED, has the same root as virtually every other disease. Petrochemicals mimic estrogen, and in almost every case, someone suffering from ED has high levels of estrogen and low levels of testosterone. You have to see the BPAs in our ebook. Shop Free Mart Vitalize, Decal, Pure Gold, Pure Mag, Pure Copper are the products that I recommend for people suffering from erectile dysfunction. Shop Free Mart Vitalize and Decal especially helps to balance hormones in both men and women, often increasing sexual desire and stamina. Shop Free Mart Sugar D could also play an important role with helping erectile dysfunction. Sugar D tends to naturally increase blood flow to every part of the body, including the penis, which is one of the main causes of erectile dysfunction. Zinc is an important mineral to consider when suffering from erectile dysfunction. Zinc is the main mineral that is lost through ejaculation. Shop Free Mart will eventually have an exceptional zinc supplement, according to our CEO, John Austin. I heard in one of the conference calls a personal testimony of no other than our very own founder and CEO, John Austin, when he said, and I quote, starting perhaps 8 years ago, I noticed a gradual decline of my ability to get an erection, and on a few occasions I was unable to perform at all. Personally, after using all of the Shop Free Mart products for about 2 months, my erections are now spontaneous and harder, like when I was much younger. End of quote. And what I can say at age 67 is age is only a number. It is what toxins you avoid to put into and remove toxins from your body, and what nutrients you put into your body that matters. Shop Free Mart produces products. Shop Free Mart products do not act as a stimulant. They simply provide nutrients that you are likely to be lacking, which provide the natural functions of the body, including the reproductive organs. Let us discuss the environmental causes of erectile dysfunction. I don't know if you heard about this. I received an email from a lady who was ranting about a bad date that she had. She was wondering what happened to all of the real men in the world. Her observation that today, not only do men appear more feminine, but in reality, they are more feminine than even developing what is called man boobs. This is a bit of a diversion from a normal method of reporting, but I think you will find the following information valuable if you know someone who is suffering from erectile dysfunction or masculine femininity. And I quote, "Wow, I sent out a kind of crazy rant the other day about a bad date I had. I was asking, what in the world happened to all the real men in this country? Well, I got a ton of great emails from fans all over the world. There are a lot of good guys out there. It turns out. And some guys definitely had some good ideas about what's happened in this country that have made men less manly." One response to my question really made me think. For example, this is from Will in Des Moines, Iowa. He said, "I totally agree with you. I am in my late 50s, and I have to say, today's men are very sorry indeed. As I say, there's a lot of causes of this, but the main reason that men today are so sadly lacking in their masculine departments is the chemicals that are found in much of the plastics we consume in a society." Plastics we consume in our society. Many people haven't heard of it, but it has a chemical called BPA. BPA, and it depletes men of testosterone, which is the male hormone for manliness. It also makes men have too much estrogen, which is the female hormone. Consequently, it makes the men more feminine, and it can even lower your sperm count. I believe this is the real reason for so many girly men like the one you went out the other night. I am not sure what can be done about this problem, apart from moving out into the wilderness and never using plastics again. But in today's society, that's nearly impossible. I'm truly fearful of the problems our younger generations will face in the future because of this. Sorry to hear you had such a rotten date. Best luck in the future. Well, this kind of took me by surprise. I have never heard of BPAs before. I read this, but afterward I became alarmed. What if this really was the cause of today's problem with wimpy men like my pathetic date? So I looked into it online. There is a ton of research that links the chemicals found in hundreds of household objects with which lower testosterone levels in men. Testosterone, as you may know, is the hormone responsible for making a man manly and rough and tough. But did you know that up to 40% of middle-aged men suffer from low testosterone levels? This drop is normal for most men as they age, similar to how women women's estrogen levels dip down when they hit menopause. But for other men, their testosterone levels can dip even lower, causing symptoms such as fatigue, mood swings, erectile dysfunctions, hair loss, low energy, and a lot of other very common problems. In fact, you could be suffering from low levels of testosterone and not even know it. You may just think your low energy or low sex drive is normal. It turns out, over the last 50 years, researchers have found a trend of declining testosterone rates in this country, and with it, lower sperm counts in men and rise in genital birth defects in boys. It is sad to think about that. I never knew about any of this, but it started to make sense. I really started getting obsessed with this and made myself a strong pot of coffee and kept reading. And what I found next really shocked me. Other research have found that chemicals found in many plastic products, including water bottles and packaging used for food, can leach into the food or water and get into your body. There, they can sap you of your male hormone testosterone and raise levels of your female hormone estrogen. The worst and most common of these chemicals are BPAs, that is bisphenol A. Bisphenol A. These chemicals are so commonplace. They are called everywhere chemicals. They are in every plastic bottle of water or soda you drink. They are in household items made of plastic such as deodorants, and they are even found in baby bottles and pacifiers. Here is a partial list of where BPA is found. Plastic water bottles and every other plastic beverage container, lining of our water pipes, inside coating of almost every food and beverage can, deodorants and other skin care products, lining of sales receipts, movie and airline tickets, sports equipments, medical devices and dental fillings, eyeglass lenses, surface of CDs and DVDs. Basically, they are unavoidable. And like I said, scientists have recently discovered that BPAs can leach from these plastic containers into the food and water you consume, especially when the containers are heated or exposed to the sun, which is why you should never drink a bottle of water that has been heated by the sun. However, even then, it is still nearly impossible to prevent exposure to these chemicals. One study found that most people in the United States have some amount of BPAs in their urine. Here's why they are so bad for you. BPAs are very similar chemically to estrogen. Just listen to the quote from the leading researcher of the subject, Dr. Hugh Taylor, MD of Yale University. He said, BPA looks like estrogen. By itself, it is weak estrogen. Crazy, right? This is why exposure to BPAs is much worse for men than it is for women, because women have lots of estrogen. Anyways, it doesn't make as much of a difference in their bodies when they get more of it. But when men get more estrogen in their bodies, it throws their natural chemical balance off and causing them to stop producing as much of their own male hormone, testosterone, making men more feminine in their minds and bodies. In fact, because of this, many more men are now growing more womanly breasts. Ask yourself if you know any guys with mom boobs. Yep, this is the reason why. There's tons of research that proves all this. One study from China, for example, showed that men working in a factory making BPAs had significantly lower levels of testosterone in their blood compared with men working in tap water facility. And another one showed that lab rats exposed to BPAs had lower testosterone levels and lower sperm counts than rats who were not exposed to it. The BPAs also give them prostate problems. There's a lot more studies just like this. All you have to do is Google BPAs, and you will see the result. Okay, I know. This sounds very sciencey, and it's not the sort of thing normally that I normally write. But the truth is, I've always had a bit of interest in biology. And trust me, this gets way more interesting. Remember, we are exposed to these chemicals all the time. They are literally everywhere. In addition to BPAs, so many of these household plastics we use every day also contain chemicals called phthalates. That is PHTHALATES. Phthalates. Now, I can't even pronounce this word properly, but it turns out that these are the least as bad as BPAs. Phthalates work by blocking testosterone, your male hormone for manliness. And check this out. In male lab animals, exposure to phthalates caused low sperm counts, undescended testicles, and decreased testosterone production, among other problems. Human studies found the same thing. Exposure to BPAs result in lower testosterone for men. A 2014 study at the University of Michigan found that adult men and young boys exposed to phthalates have reduced levels of testosterone in their blood compared to those who haven't been exposed by as much as 34% in some cases. Here's a quote from the main researcher this study, John Meeker, an environmental health science professor at the University of Michigan School of Public Health. We found that reduced levels of circulating testosterone were associated with increased phthalate exposure in several key populations, including boys ages 6 to 12 and men and women ages 40 to 60. This may have important public health implications since low testosterone levels in young boys can negatively impact reproductive development, and middle-aged man can impair sexual function and libido, energy, cognitive function, bone health, and in men and women. Wow! This is way bigger than I ever thought. BPAs and phthalates. These plastics have only become widespread in America over the last 30 to 40 years. And that's exactly when men have started to forget how to be men. There has to be a connection. The science is really just now starting to show how bad this stuff is for you. Goes, when I thought about all these times I saw a guy drinking out of water out of a plastic bottle, or eating something out of a can, even putting on deodorant, I started to feel so bad. And I realized how it is not even the fault of men these days for not knowing how to act around a woman, or for having low energy, lower sex drive, or any kind of sexual problems at all. It's because of the environment around them. I just wish everyone knew the truth about this stuff. Then maybe we could actually do something about it. I mean, what do you think? Have you heard anything about these BPAs before? And do you think it might be a real explanation for what's going on with men? End of quote. I believe there is a lot of truth to this, and it doesn't stop there. Hormones that are injected into animals that end up as part of our food chain are also a huge problem. GMO, genetically modified foods, that are now fed to animals and are now part of the stable diets for most humans living in the more developed countries today. I don't have any ready-made solutions to this problem. I do know that each individual needs to become as educated as they can and avoid every possible invasion of unnatural and ungodly chemicals into their bodies. However, this is what I know. Research shows that the lower your cholesterol level, the lower your testosterone production, and the result is erectile dysfunction. People who are not eating eggs to avoid cholesterol, as advised by their doctors, have more than a tendency to have erectile dysfunction. And I know of men that eat 12 eggs a day that claim that they have happier wives. I know for a fact that in my younger days in the Philippines, I made a couple of women very happy because I love eating balut, the incubated duck eggs. And I do believe Chef Fremart Vitalize, Decal, Pure Gold, and Hydration Drops may be the answer that many men who have been suffering from erectile dysfunctions problem have been looking for. And if they can become aware of other factors like BPAs and limit their exposure to such things, it can help in their quest to regain their manhood. This is a prime example of needing to know what causes a problem before a solution can be done. Back to you, my friend, Dr. D. Richard. Hello, Richard. Are you there?
Sorry, I was on mute and a bunch of screens that popped up on my screen. I had to get down to be able to mute again here. Wow, Dr. Awitain, what an amazing talk here with this. I absolutely love that. And I want to remind everyone, our calls, are about products or about business, but our calls are also about educating you and inspiring you, and that's Monday through Saturday and Sunday now and everything else. And part of educating you is to understand what you need to be keeping out of your body, because as Dr. Awitain was explaining here, when it gets into your body, now you have to get it out of your body, and that takes energy, and that takes a whole different regimen of things to get these toxins out of the body. So you need to be educated to understand how it's getting in so that you can stop that in the first place. So in talking about the eggs here in this case and how the yolk, which we were told not to eat for decades, which actually made the eggs unhealthy because the egg whites are unhealthy if you don't have the yolks with them. But they were trying to keep us away from cholesterol all those years, which was all just a myth. The yolk is the healthiest part. But here's the next level of that. You've got to look for the right eggs, because if the chickens have growth hormones in it, and they've been fed antibiotics, and they've been fed GMO food, you're just putting more toxins into the body. Sure, you're getting a little bit of the nutrition, but you're loading it with other problems that can be causing and manifesting the problem the same way. So it actually took me 20 minutes to buy eggs one time when I went to the store the first time, because I found out that I had to look at every package and see, they would promote something like free-range eggs, but they didn't say no antibiotics, no GMO food, no growth hormones. You got to look for all of the things, and this becomes in your meat. This becomes it if you're doing dairy in your dairy. You need to do everything. Get it in your vegetables, organic as much as you can. Is it worth it? You're worth it, okay? Because if you're putting toxins in, which is what Dr. Awitain was talking about here, you're exacerbating the problem in your body that can lead to so many things. Thank you so much, Dr. Awitain. We're going to go into Q&A. This is call 1046. We would love to hear your stories, okay? Tell us your stories. Come on and share those. If you have some questions, we're not allowed to talk about, give medical diagnoses for symptoms and things like that. You got 200diseases.com for that, to look at that, okay? And our little disclaimer here, Shop Fremart products have not been evaluated by the FDA. By the way, they don't have to be because they're food products, okay? And we make no claims that our products treat, cure, or prevent disease. If we did, then they would have to be approved by the FDA. It may be a good idea to have a doctor monitor your results whenever beginning any health regime, especially if you are on medications for blood pressure or blood sugar, as you may need to reduce these medications as your body returns to homeostasis. So we want you to call in here. We've got a number of people calling in here, but please call in and share us the stories with us that you've had with all of this. So much information here. Call 1046. You're going to want to listen to this again. This is one of those calls that you're going to want to share with everyone you know. Okay, first caller.
Hey, just want to say happy birthday, Dr. Awitain. Incredible presentation. I'm taking notes like crazy. I feel like I'm in a college exam class here. Wow. The world has to hear this. Every man has to hear this. Every woman, every mother has to hear this to start training the young boys. This is just incredible. So thank you again, Dr. Awitain. Love 200diseases.com. I love your passion, love your enthusiasm, love your dedication. And when I grow up to be 87 years wise, I want to be like you.
Thank you.
Dr. Breakthrough, while you're there, would you please comment on the event in Jacksonville and the change there?
Oh, yes. The event in Jacksonville has been changed. Unfortunately, Tom Green has some little issues, and he's being taken care of at the hospital. But anyway, so we're going to move it back. We'll get to you the date. It will probably be the 21st or the 28th of September, which actually will give some folks some more time because some people were asking for more time anyway, and it'll give the company time to be able to, once Tom gets back, to be able to market a little more. And so apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, but we will have that the 21st or 28th of September. We'll get that date out. We'll find out which one of those the venue will be open. And so thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing many of you there, and Dr. Awitain speaking, of course, and many others.
Thank you, and everyone join Dr. Breakthrough on his call or calls on Saturday when this will be at noon on Saturday. Wonderful coverage of not only the Breakthrough Challenge, but our business as well as our products. So thank you for doing that on Saturdays and your team doing the Tuesday and Thursday calls, Dr. Breakthrough.
Well, thank you. And just everybody knows the Saturday call was for a limited time only, and so we'll be phasing that out starting September. So we'll do that through August. We'll start phasing it out September. So Saturday, though, we will be on this Saturday through the end of August.
So get it while you can. Saturday noon.